morning, Larry, because it's Rosh Chodesh.
I understood.
They had some good food here. And the Baal Tfilah sounds very nice.
I told David, now I know what a guinea pig feels like.
Open. We're going to read this commentary on Chumash called Kli Yakar. Barim Perek Bet, Pasuk Bet. Kli Yakar goes on Perek Bet, Pasuk Gimel. Remember, Kli Yakar. Let's read the Psukim. The Pasuk is a very simple Pasuk. Let's understand and let's read commentary written over 300 years ago. ויאמר אדוני אלי לאמור רק לכם סוב את הארץ תנו לכם צפונה. Look at the Rashi Pasuk Aleph. Rashi says, "Inu lo chatu," the Jewish people not sin. Ayu ovrim derech har seir. They would have made a shortcut to kanesh laaretz from the south to north. Shvil shekilkelu, because they made a mistake. הפכו לצד המדבר, they had to travel through the desert. They are going now along Har Seir. So now Hashem is telling them, רב לכם סוב את ההר הזה, you're too long on this route, תנו לכם go north. This is pshat. Listen to the Kli Yakar, 300 years ago. This is the man speaking right here. Yes.
There was two Kli Yakar.
Kli Yakar is the Sephardi.
There's a Sephardi and Ashkenazi, right?
Sephardi one wrote Perush and Tanakh and Chumash.
Okay.
This is Ashkenazi approximately 100 years before.
Before the other one.
Yeah. This Kli Yakar, the Sephardi, is Shlomo Raniero.
This is who?
This is, I forgot his name. Everybody refers to him by his name in the book. Rav lachem sov et ha'ar hazeh. Listen to a man speaking 300 years ago. Rabim omrim, many say, ki pasuk ze nokev veyored ad hatehom.
What's nokev?
Nokev is like you drill something. This goes all the way down to the depth of our history. ויש בו רמז לשעה, ויש בו רמז לשעה ולדורות. Turn the page. והעניין, go to the next page at the bottom. ועניין סיבוב זה, שילכו סחור לכרם השם צבאות לא יקרבו. They are going to be in גלות many times. ימים רבים לישראל, שיהיו נדים ונעים סביבו. Right now, remember, they are in the desert, didn't go to Israel. This is not the only time you are moving from place to place. And the final rest is not going to be given to us. עד מדרך כף רגל, עד שיבוא מי שנאמר בו, ועמדו רגליו ביום ההוא על הר הזיתים. This נבואה וזכריה, is about Mashiach. Until Mashiach comes, we will have a real מנוחה. וכל זמן שישראל הולכים סחור, as long as we are moving around, which means we are in גלות, ודרשו בזה, listen to this, ומגיע שעתו של עשיו. If Esav is in control, התצפינו עצמכם, you have to hide yourselves. The Jewish people have to be under the radar. Now he's speaking 300 years ago.
From where? From where is he? I'm saying, where is he living?
He was living in Poland. בעניין ההצפנה הזו, what does it mean to him? לומר, שאם נמצא האיש הישראלי בגלות אחר הזה, איזו הצלחה. When Jews are doing well in business, יטמינו ויצפינו הכל בפני עשיו. They have to hide the success.
Fly under the radar.
ואין לך אומה שמתקלט בישראל כמו עשיו. the goyim are always jealous. Kila da'atam, according to the goyim, hakol gezula beyadam. The fact that Yaakov was tricking his father Yitzchak, we stole the beracha. See this, but you realize what he's saying. Most of the Jews never had a lot of money. Those among us who are successful, human nature is you like to show. וכן, יעקב בא לבניו, למה תתראו? Yaakov is telling his children, why should you show off as if you have? Many years ago, on one of our trips to Auschwitz, the tour guide, because she was paid under the table, was the head tour guide of Auschwitz. I mean, she knew Jewish history more than me, anyway. So someone was asking her, you remember before the war and after the war, why did your people do it? He says, if you ask me, jealousy.
The Germans, you know.
Wow.
Polish.
Same thing. He says exactly what he's saying. Now again, jealous of
war. They say the Jews were well off in Germany, no?
See, most of the Jews...
They were well off in Germany.
They were in control.
Most of the Jews in Europe were poor. But as always, but when we are doing well, everyone knows about it.
Rabbi, today is maybe more than ever in history. Today more. That's what they tell you. The Jews look at the Omar,
when they said that the Jews control the banks.
Yes.
The Rothschilds, originally the Rothschilds had 5 banks in London, in Paris, in Vienna.
The key cities.
That's control.
But this is exactly. The Jews control Hollywood, no?
Yeah.
Just when the senator said that the Jews control the weather also.
But Rabbi, today we really see Ishmael, not Esav as much.
didn't.
No, I'm saying, no, today's Ishmael. What's giving the Jews problems more today is Ishmael. Much more than Esav he's right, but that was today.
You do realize that all these commentators, especially those who are connected to Kabbalah, the Ari says openly that there is a 5th Galut called
Ishmael.
And this is the sign. He says, look, he continues. וכן יעקב ציווה לבניו למה תתראו, פירש רש"י בפני ישמעאל ועשו כאילו אתם שבעים. כי שניהם, which means ישמעאל and עשיו, סוברים, believe, שיצחק גזל הצלחת ישמעאל. Now he's talking about the Muslim. He says, Abraham had 2 children, Yitzchak and Ishmael. They believe that Yitzchak took it over. ויעקב גזל הצלחת עשיו על ידי השתדלות. How can? This is what it says now.
So that's why they hate each other also.
על כן ציווה דווקא על עשיו. הר שעיר זה עשיו.
Yeah, sure.
פנו לכם צפונה. So again, the word that צפון means, hide yourself. וזה הפך, this is in print 300 years. הפך, מה שישראל עושים בדורות הללו. It's opposite for what we
300 years ago.
300 years ago are doing today. בארצות האבן, כי מי שיש לו, you have to go like 2 pages. You have to, this is small thing there. מי שיש לו, go 2 pages, go to page. מי שיש לו מנה.
There's $1 in his pocket.
Yeah, thank you. He says, וזה הפך, it's the opposite from what we do. Look here. זה הפך, מי שיש לו מנה, if you have as Jimmy says,
$1.
You show it. You show the
just
stack.
translated it into modern English, Rabbi.
A stack of singles.
Guys, $1 in his pocket.
A stack of ones, not hundreds.
מלבושי כבוד, the way he's dressed, ובתים ספונים, fancy halls. כאילו היו לו כמה אלפים. He said,
buys a nice suit.
remember, we're not doing it to impress the Goyim, we're going to impress the Jews, but the Goyim are
They see it.
They see it.
ומגרים.
By the way, there's a saying in Arabic, the same thing. كل واحد عنده فرنك في جيبه. فرنك is يعني a quarter, nickel, whatever. In his pocket, he becomes a. So any language has the same.
It's known that if you have old money, you don't feel necessary to show it.
I see.
Only people have.
They want to
more
earn it.
money.
They want to earn it.
No, the guy who
There's
with
no
no
money.
money has to show that he has money.
Yeah.
The guy with old money, everyone knows he has money.
Everyone knows. There's no
You know,
need.
my wife always tells me. She says a rich person can always buy his wife fake jewelry, and everyone thinks it's real.
Yes.
Of course.
She says, but a guy who just making it, he could buy his wife the most clean jewelry. Everyone thinks it's fake. So, no. She says,
Exactly.
she says the guy can, it's clear, pure diamond. It's a lamb. It's a
Yeah, 100%.
That's emet. It's so
ומגרים האומות בעצמם.
Rabbi, it's the same thing we see with the weddings. I tell you, I pay attention. The guy who just made it or whatever,
Overspend.
he's the guy that's going.
Yes.
Forget about it. He's going.
So the newcomers have to show that they
I
have
see
money.
it. I can tell you when I see the wedding and I know that I said that now it all makes sense.
French expression, nouveau riche.
Yeah.
No, but again, you realize
I go into
deep inside, you don't feel comfortable about yourself.
From generation
Yeah,
to
man.
generation.
I have to show that I made it.
Nothing
Today,
fancy.
go.
Nothing, nothing. I had elderly aunt who was never had children. One day we were talking, we had a new great nephew in the family. He was a low key guy when he first got married. Listen, he made a lot of money. He's still poking in every family gathering. So my aunt tells my mother, "Get energy in it. He has money there."
She said it in Spanish.
Yeah. She didn't want to be sad.
ומגרים האומות בעצמם winter. It's funny when I came in the morning to open it was 6, it was freezing.
No, it was on 73 now.
ומגרים האומות בעצמם, by doing it you are enticing. ועוברים על מה שנאמר פנו לכם צפונה. ומנהג זה הוא ברבת בני עמנו. I mean, here's a man telling you most of our communities והוא המסבב את כל הצלחה. All the problems we have among Goyim is this.
I think every rabbi agrees, regardless of what country they live in, of what.
But you see, about 40 years ago, the Rebbe of Gur, only Hasidei Gur can do it. They said, if you make a fancy wedding, no one comes. There's a very mega wealthy guy from London says, you can make whatever you want. You want me to be there?
Right. That's my terms.
No, but this is it. And so they thought that some of them can really make it.
Yeah.
They made it.
Can I tell you something? I'll tell you the difference in our community. Because I asked Rabbi Nachum this question. So he goes to these destination weddings. So I asked the Rabbi, why do you go?
Yeah.
People talk. But I'm close with him, so I can ask him. I said, he goes, let me tell you something. He goes, 1980, 81, I came to the community. So Chacham Baruch took me, told me, you have to go. You have to go to these places. I said, why? He says, if you don't go, they're going to get some conservative reform rabbi. See, over there, what you said, they want the Rebbe.
I heard him say that. Yeah, I know.
So they'll get someone to do it, and we'll lose the Yehus of the community. It's more important that we keep the Yehus, and because we don't have a system, the Rebbe has to be there. We don't have that in our community. We don't have that. So he told it to me. He says, Chacham Baruch told it to me. 1980, 81. I'm telling you,
that's exactly
almost 50 years already. He goes, they're going to do it no matter what. So you might as well let's keep it kosher and we'll deal with the other stuff.
If you follow his commentary, is referring to the idea. His job was he used to travel from city to city, but he was like a magid of a major city. But he says, והוא המסבב, כל התלאה אשר מצאתנו, המשכילים, those who have sechel.
Not the reform.
No.
Maskelim is reform.
I know.
No.
This is before the reform.
The
sharp cookies.
No, Rabbi Hirsch talks about Maskelim.
Right. המשכילים ישכילו.
It's a Zohar term. Maskelim is.
What does that mean in English?
those was really seichel will understand what to do and not to do.
So you know, in society in general, there's always jealousy from the have-nots to the haves. Today, all the billionaires, the socialists say they stole the money on the backs of the working people. So all the more so with the Jews. All the more so.
The mailman, when we go apart from we used to live on 1522, 15, apartment building, 6th floor. Says, look, I deliver to the rabbi across the street on a week. He says, his house is okay. A poor man's house. He said, I deliver to the bishop. The Italian, he couldn't
Understand the
he
difference.
couldn't comprehend it. The boy says, you understand? But this is. See, Rabbi Yosef was forced into his house, which means when he was a chief rabbi, the government gives it to you. Because the government gives it to every supreme judge. So after he was out, every prime minister, every president.
But Rabbi, that's founded already in the Torah. Like the Nasi, the Kohen Gadol. If it doesn't have money, they give him money. No, so there is a foundation of this in the Torah.
And the reason is because
So people respect them.
we are human. Like we're human. You're looking at a guy.
Respect
You see.
You look at a fellow. Kohen Gadol. That Leu. That Leu.
No, you have to give
That Leu Mishalecha.
and the Nasi. If he wasn't wealthy, they have to give him money.
תזכרו את זה, look a second now.
So the bottom line is that it seems like there's no answer. The same problem has been going around for 2,000
No, but
years.
again,
People
no
grow.
answer
People
because
grow.
No, but I'm saying, no, Jack, he's talking in Poland. Now we're talking, let's say, America, or we're talking about Europe, England, or France.
Israel.
Israel, maybe it's your own country, maybe it's a little, I'm just saying, but I'm just saying, so it seems like this is a problem that there's no answer to it.
this is, but
That
he's
can be-
but he's
No,
telling
people
to
grow.
us,
No answer, but
he's telling to us,
There's no answer to it. In other words, people are going to make money, and people are going to feel like they want to show that they made. It's human nature,
Right.
and
But people do learn and people could grow out of it. I mean,
no, but there's always people who's going to make. No, you're right. The guy who you could get past it, but the guy, there's always someone up and coming, right? I mean,
Ronnie said the move on.
everyone was a nouveau at one time.
About 30 years ago, good friends of ours, the first daughter got engaged. She was a special girl. The father was a Rebbe in Chaim Berlin, but he had family money. And he got engaged to someone from Muncie, who was in the musical instrument business. So they decided to make a nice wedding, not fancy, but nice. A month after, people from Muncie called him up and said, listen, we just found out about Kala, that she's an orphan, she has no one. Would you mind cutting the wedding half? Would you? And the other half will sponsor the wedding. I did it. I went, everyone went to many, many celebrations. Once I'll never forget was my son's classmate. Yeah? The father at that time was in real estate, he was doing very well. He became a simple businessman. The father gets up to speak and he says, listen, as you know, me and Anna, she's not me and Anna can afford a much nicer. We went to find out. So I think he said at that time that the difference was $25,000 between them. So we decided, why should I waste $25,000 for 4 hours? Let me do something good. He takes out an envelope with a check, gives it to the mitzvah boy, and he says, go give it to your principal here. Sitting there as appreciation.
Give your principal.
I never forgot.
Not even to the kid. Give it to the principal.
Here's the envelope. Here, give it to him. I mean, this was a statement. But the answer is, he was a strong man. He couldn't care less what people would say.
Rabbi, I offered each of my daughters, don't make an engagement.
Not one
Not a
ticket.
wedding. And I'll write you a check for $30,000.
You hear this?
I offered it 4 times. Not one of them took me up on it.
Right. I told
What?
my
No
daughter.
engagement party? I said, you're going to get married 8
But you're gonna give him the $30,000 anyway.
Huh?
You're gonna give him the $30,000 anyway.
And I'm a very stubborn guy, Larry.
They trust you.
I told him I'll give you. No, I'll tell you what, the son-in-laws, most of them said, write
Give
the
me
check.
the money, of
But the
course.
girls, so it's either, Rabbi, it's always either the mother the daughter or the other side.
It's the
Whenever you want to do
emotion.
something like that, there's always one that says, "No, I gotta have the item." So
I have a rule in the family. It says when it's comes to these big parties, it's all about the dress. So once the mother of the bride gets the dress, everything else, it doesn't matter the
No, but you realize today's Rosh Chodesh Av and Kli Yakar is giving us a secret. And the secret is it's not the Arabs, it's not Iran.
Right,
It's not us. This is basically it.
that's the
This
message.
is really what he's saying. He's saying,
That's the announcement.
You know, in Borough Park, they tell you that they spend the money on the inside. Like when you look at the houses from the outside, they all
That's okay.
that's
fine.
they all connected. You can't tell, but they tell you. They say when you go into these houses, some of them are like
yeah, look at the
Palaces.
palaces inside. From the outside, they look like nothing.
Because this is old European people. If you go to younger communities,
Yeah,
in Lakewood you can see more.
Oh, Lakewood, you get
Yeah,
it.
Lakewood is
But again, this is already a new generation. This is children.
Rabbi, there's more
Higher
expensive
than
restaurants in Lakewood than there are in Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, not even close.
I told him Rabbi Cutler picked Lakewood because he wanted to be led like he's probably turning over in his grave.
But it changed.
Seeing the
now.
amount of money that they
No,
spend.
no,
The cars today. in
no
Lakewood,
question. It's not only that, it's again, it's children, it's parents, it's communities, they support the kids.
Yeah.
Put them in business.
Rabbi, I told you I
The
could go to the
kids are
restaurant.
very
I can tell who's paying when he takes out the credit card. I know it's the Schwer's credit card.
No, but,
You heard, Larry? I learned the J word.
What does it mean?
Father-in-law.
no, but the truth is the amount of chesed today, yes?
Yeah, that's true too.
That goes in Lakewood. They have an organization now that if you give $50 a month, I mean, everyone gives. Chas v'shalom, if the father dies, the kids are set for life.
Oh yeah. I heard
Only
they
Jewish.
spoke about that here once.
Oh,
No,
tuition.
but tuition right away, the biggest pleasure. The father is gone. Yes? Okay. But again, this this Kli Yakar, remember it's 50 and 7 dvarim.
I took a picture.
Jackie, I was gonna
I
say,
took the
Jackie,
pictures. This is definitely
No,
Friday night.
We can't go back 100 years, but everyone just to know, even the fact that you're here, you can make a wedding because of you.
Rabbi, I'm telling you, it's a winless battle. I'm telling you.
You see,
No, I'll tell you why. We said, the son was involved. 2 years ago, we sat on the New Year's Day. We said we want to make some rules just for the dome. How much you could decorate. Make one chuppah. We're going to force everyone to use one chuppah. We're going to want to just tone it down a little bit. Everyone agreed. We brought it to the committee of 21. I said, guys, we're not doing this unless everybody's on board. We're not going to do it 2020. Everyone said yes. Fine. We didn't enact the act. One big guy was having a wedding. Someone comes to me, we need to make an exception. I said, I'm done. I closed the book. Said, we didn't start it. There's no exception. No, there's a sickness that we can't, that's why I said it's
You
a
want to stop the carpeting in the hole.
anything you want to stop, it's you know what they tell you, Rabbi? I mean, they said, look, if we're not going to let them do it,
I'll go
they're going to
somewhere
go to the
else.
city.
okay, this is what
So, and this is
It works.
there is a lot to say for that. There is a lot to say for that.
Since,
You know, they want to start. I don't know. They're talking about it, Rabbi. They're never going to do it. They want to take a place. They were trying to get a place
Like a warehouse.
where they can make like those budget like 25. It is, but I can't tell you how many calls I get. Please, can you talk to the caterer for me to give me a price? Because the other side is insisting on Sharet Zion. So, and both sides don't have money, but the other side will not get married unless it's a Sharet Zion. I don't get one of these. I got a lot of these.
2 years ago, the kid
Yeah, a lot.
graduated, one of the best kids. Everyone really wanted him to go to Israel, I believe. Anyway, his father said, I cannot pay it. His father made 2 weddings in Shivat Zion.
You can't afford to pay
The tuition.
Tuition
Like,
in Israel,
right,
to like $30,000.
Yeah, not even.
Okay, we had no choice. So we
Figure it out.
No,
no. He gave him money. He gave him me.
They raised money for him.
The father is not embarrassed.
No, he'll tell you that I don't have a choice with my weddings. No, I'm telling you that. No, I'm telling you that. They tell you I don't. This he says he'll tell you with this there was no choice. I have to marry my daughter, and that's what they wanted.
But again, he's a newcomer, of course.
The social pressure, Rabbi.
No, Rabbi, the social, I'm telling you, I see it every day, and I get the call, so I can tell you, I just got a call now, last week. Can you find me a date? I said, okay, but they want us, I said, okay. I said, because the other side's insisting, and the other side too, the father's a rabbi. So it's not an average guy, the father's a rabbi, but the family wants him.
Before the war, there was a yeshiva close. Today, you have also Petach Tikva. There was a yeshiva, was in England. I think
The girl side is always stubborn.
yeah, it depends.
It depends, there's always this one.
It's the wife. Anyway, so the Rosh Yeshiva from Europe came to London
Women now, we like
to raise money, and his host was the Rosh Beit Din of London, was Rav Lansky. One day he receives the visitor receives a letter from home, and Rav Lansky noticed that he's reading it and he's crying. He says, "What's the matter?" This is my his daughter writing to me. Because I know that your mommy for years and years put aside money for me that there was $500 to get me married. A good friend of mine is about to break engagement because her parents lost the money. Would you mind, Shirai? So if I'll give you all the money or the wedding of 10 people.
Wow.
And the father is crying.
was willing to give
The
up.
father is crying and he says, "No, I'm thanking God that I raised it."
Wow.
Of course.
No, but the Chokhmah, of course, the rabbi in London came to him after a week and said,
Yeah.
"Here's the money."
Right. The fact that she could say that, how old was she? 16, 17, 18?
22, it doesn't matter.
No, but it's a question of education.
We started now a project, to put the middle outside the door.
Yes.
Where people say, you make a wedding here, at least you're sponsoring.
Oh, yeah.
Money to
Yeah,
sponsor
yeah,
somebody else's wedding.
Yeah.
And they put it nice
Yeah.
beautiful middle out
Yeah.
in front so people know this people making the party also sponsoring the wedding.
Let me tell you something. I said this, and nothing's going to change. If you want to help people, it's not giving them money. You have to find a way to lower the cost. Because if you just give them money, when they started saying my holiday, okay, what they do, it's another organization now, they give you $5,000. Okay, it didn't. If you want to, you have to put a boundary. You could only spend a certain amount. If you could enact that, then you're helping people. Because then you know what happens? The husband has cover. He can tell his wife and his daughter, "I'm sorry, I want to spend it, but I can't." If you don't put a top on it, it's just another. You know what I mean?
Guys, today is Rosh Chodesh Av. This is to think about it. I'll see you tonight, Lara.
Have a good day, everybody. Yasher Koach, Rabbi Prague.
תזכור את הכלי יקר.
I took a picture.
The design of stuff.
But I'm just remember.
Yeah.